Hello everyone and welcome back to Destiny. We are in the final week of the Dawning, and if you ever wanted to feel like a true badass, this is definitely the week, especially if you're a Warlock. In this video we'll take a look at the week's activities and how a Titan main will admit that sometimes a Void Warlock can be the master race. Starting with the Nightfall this week, we have the Will of Crota. Your modifiers are Void Burn, Juggler, Catapult, and Exposure. The Nightfall isn't so bad, but you do have to keep an eye on Exposure. If you have any guns or armor that might trigger health regeneration, this is the time to use them. Luckily, we don't have something like small arms holding back your special and heavy weapons, so this is your opportunity to test them out properly. The only annoyance was Trickle, so unfortunately you might have to pull out your primary from time to time, although keep in mind that Catapult is on, so make sure you hurl those grenades as soon as you get them. If you're a prevalent Voidwalker Warlock, or Voidlock as I like to call them, you probably have a gigantic smile across your face because you know Voidwalkers have a build that can take advantage of this week's modifiers to essentially get you infinite grenades. You'll be getting back grenades so fast that the character animation for throwing them can't even keep up with it, and pairing that with scatter grenades and Void Burn, nothing stands a chance. For those who want to experiment with this incredible build, here is what you need. First up, you need to maximize your discipline as much as possible. The next thing you'll need are the Nothing Manacles Exotic Gauntlets. These not only grant you an extra charge for your scatter grenades, but also adds tracking to them. For the actual Voidwalker build, we're going to want to start with scatter grenades, and Energy Drain is sort of what makes it all possible, a powerful melee attack that drains energy from enemies and uses it to reduce the cooldown of your grenades. This is already an incredible perk that becomes massively more effective with Catapult. For the selectable perk, I recommend Lifesteal since we have Exposure and you want to try to regenerate health as much as possible. The selection from the first column of passives is the Hunger, increase the duration of Energy Drain. And this build comes all together with Embrace the Void. Killing enemies with Nova Bomb or any grenade triggers Energy Drain and restores your health. Without this, you would have to rely on getting that melee hit, which you won't get that often during this Nightfall, but because grenades regenerate at such a fast rate, by getting kills with those grenades, you'll be triggering the Energy Drain effect, which in turn will regenerate your grenades even faster. So as you continue to get those scatter kill grenades, which is made easier with Void Burn, Energy Drain will always be active, which means that your grenades will continue to regenerate at an incredible rate. One of my favorite parts of Destiny is when perks kind of stack up like this and create some really incredible builds. Unfortunately, there's not enough of it in the game. I really hope that there's more of this kind of stuff in Destiny 2. Now, even without the Voidwalker Warlock, this is still a pretty incredible Nightfall week as you have full access to all of your Void special and heavy weapons. I went in with a full auto Void shotgun and the Nova Mortis and had a blast. But of course that excitement was short-lived, as it is the third week in a row that I have not received the Year 3 Icebreaker. I think this weapon is going to slowly turn into my Year 1 Hawkmoon. That weapon is of course the reason I bought a PlayStation 4 for my Destiny experience, and didn't get it until after the Taken King. That's RNG for you folks. But anyways, moving on to the Siva Crisis Heroic playlist, this is another incredible week to farm out those strikes. If you're a Sunbreaker, get out there and punch everything that looks at you funny. If you're a Gunslinger, put on your Celestial Nighthawk and get ready to giggle at every Ultra you evaporate. And if you're a Sunsinger, for the love of the Traveler, put on Song of Flame and help your team. For the Crucible featured playlist this week, we have Inferno Supremacy and Salvage. I don't think I've ever tried out Inferno Supremacy, and with Shaxx's Bounty this week being Supremacy, I think I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. But anyways, what are you working on this week? Leave it in the comments below. Drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more Destiny content. And I will see you all next time. Now, the interesting thing about all of this is that it sort of confirms a theory of mine from last year. If you're a veteran Destiny player, you might be in possession of the Rising Light emblem. And if you can remember, you got this early last year by simply logging on and playing during a certain date range. The curious thing back then was that the email was titled Days of the Dawning, and it seemed to imply some kind of live event.